There are many children missing who did not reach home.
Stories of children who went to school and never came back unleashed a torrent of grief.
I was ashamed to be a Secwépemc. That's what residential schools taught me.
Tk'emlúps Secwépemc delivered its report to its community and the world. How oral histories, a child's tooth and rib bone found years apart, led a ground-penetrating radar team to what they're calling 200 targets of interest.
It took this science to wake the world up to the truth that survivors and their communities have known for years.
Stories of some children being forced to dig graves have long circulated within the community.
Do they want to hear the truth, really? We have tried to tell them the truth. And who are they? Who is going to listen?
These are preliminary findings. Much more work has to be done, including potentially identifying and repatriating remains.
They were children, robbed of their families and their childhood. We need to now give them the dignity that they never had.
The First Nation is demanding the release of all school records and that the federal government provide more resources. The Assembly of First Nations wants even more.
This is a crime scene, and crimes have to be investigated. The criminals must be held to account.
To date, First Nations communities in BC and Saskatchewan have reported finding more than 1,300 unmarked graves in residential schools. This school was the first.
That was a spark and an awakening for everybody.
Bruce Allen's father went here. He never spoke about it before he died.
People who come here say they can see children looking out the windows, right? So there is still those spirits that are still here that still need to be released. And so I think, it's beginning. We're grieving, and I think the rest of Canada is grieving too.
Katie, you're outside that school tonight. It is a place that holds so much history, but it's also a very big part of the community, right?
Yeah, it still is. I just want to point out to you, Bruce Allen sort of walked us through last night. Right over there, that's the boys' dormitory. That's where his father would have stayed. And then if we swing over to the other side, you'll see that's where the girls' dormitory was. And in the middle is a central building. It's largely being used right now for administrative purposes. But what you don't see all around the community are all the tents that are up and the community buildings that are currently being used to help fire evacuees. So essentially on this very traumatic day for this community, they are helping so many other communities in dire need. Asha?
Katie, thank you.